Paul, 2 championship wins out of 2 at Pride Park Stadium. How did you see that one?
Yeah, really pleased. In fairness, of all the games we've managed here, that felt more like our team than any other. That sounds a bit harsh, but just the fact that there's an effort to it, there's a speed of our play, our counter-attacking was really good. There's going to be periods in the game when the opposition have the ball, and I think I know now because the fans are pretty intelligent here. They understand you can't have the ball all the time, and we probably started a little bit nervy. And then they had a couple of good chances, as did we, and I thought second half our performance was right up there. I mean, as you well know, I'm pretty frugal. I would have paid to watch that second half. I loved it. And even if we'd have come off and then a nicked 2 in the last minute, I'd have still loved it. I thought we were really good. I thought if that Nats goal would have gone in and hit the post, it would. I would watch it about 10 times when I got in. So, yeah, really pleased with a lot of performances. I just thought that initially we didn't have the distances right, and we had David too deep, so they kept getting either side of him in the 10s. And once we got David to get a bit higher and block the pass through the middle of the pitch, we looked a lot better. And everyone, to the man in there today has contributed. So I'm very, very proud of them.
Just before Kenzo Hatmine opened the scoring, he had a brilliant chance. Was that move maybe the moment when the players all started to believe in what they were doing?
Yeah, possibly. I just thought the Bristol away teams, we always say this to the lads, the first 10 minutes of a game is normally really random. It doesn't have any pattern, it doesn't have any technical nuances. It's just random, really. And I just thought that they got a better grip of it in the first 10 minutes. And when we got the ball back, we looked a little bit edgy on it. But once we got the tidy up pass good, we looked a lot better. And Kenzo did have a good chance. I think he should have just put his foot through it. You might as well hit the car park, really. You got more chance of scoring. No, you haven't, but you get my point. And then, I texted him last night saying, I think you could have scored tomorrow. I fancy it. I knew his dad was coming, and I thought the longer the game went on, the better Kenzo looked. And so I'm really pleased for him, really pleased he scored that goal. And it does give the lads a lift, and we've just said it to him in there. You've got to take confidence from that, but you've also got to think that that's your standard. No one wants to play against my front three in this league, I don't think, and I know it sounds a bit ooh, but I don't. And people tell me, you haven't got this, you haven't got that. There's a lot of things we have got. We've got a lot of pace, we've got a lot of heart, we've got a dressing room full of people who care, and it can take you a long way. So I'm hugely proud standing in front of you.
There's been a lot of talk about wanting to bring in another striker and needing another striker. Has that maybe been disrespectful to Jerry Yates, who was fantastic for you today?
Yeah, Jerry didn't play you say that, and the same with Colo, Dage, Wash. But you always want to bring more goals into your team, always. And I just thought, today they had, 2 strikers, both have a massive physical presence as well as a pace to their game. So you always want to be greedy at the top of the pitch. And I'm not being disrespectful to Jerry. Jerry knows for a fact I'd always, if I could sign someone better than Jerry, I would. If I could sign someone better than Cash, I would. That's our job, to keep trying to make the 11 as good as we can. And then everybody has to, push to the standard. If you think our 2 new signings in the building yesterday didn't get on the pitch, obviously didn't get done in time, that's not their fault, but you've got Ozzy, just trying to go through Ben, he wasn't on the wasn't in it today. We've got T in from Wolves, didn't get any time today, but he will. And it gives you a right boost that when you're speaking to the 11 and you can see everybody else who aren't in the team, who want to get in it. Corby Blackett, Wash, they were down at the training ground today. So, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm actually quite excited because I just really enjoyed watching them. And if I never managed another game, I would be really proud of them. I really liked it. It was good. It was fun. I know it's a bit dramatic at times, but it was one of my proudest days, I think, or our proudest days, not mine.
Plenty of first goal for Kenzo, first goal for David Ozo in senior football.
Wow, who would have put David Ozo down on their coupon? I haven't really seen that in training. So for him to score was good. Obviously, not obviously, we've worked on the Caden goal, so from a coach's point of view, that's as good as your day gets. And obviously Kenzo got a great goal and put it in the only place the keeper couldn't save it. But the win comes from obviously scoring goals, keeping clean sheets, and the clean sheets comes from the work effort of the front 3 throughout the team. The tackles Cash made, Nels made, Ryan Nyambi looked amazing today, Callum Elder, I'm just trying not to miss anybody out of praise because they all contributed. I thought Jakob was excellent in goal today. His kicking was good, and you know, I'm all for my keepers coming out absolute kamikaze. They're going to drop one every now and again, and someone might slot into an empty net, but that's on me. I take full responsibility for that. I love my keepers to be brave, and today he was, and it probably, you know, summed us up really. We puffed our chests out against a very good Bristol City side, and they kept bringing subs on. I was like, wow, I know him. They're all good players that can cause problems. So, you know, we scored at the right times, and the game could have gone either way, but I don't think the scoreline flattered us, and that's the nicest thing I can say to my team.
Last one, I know you can be superstitious. Does that mean that Richie Barker is staying upstairs going forward?
Yeah, that will go down great. I mean, you tell him. I mean, the worst thing was the 2 home games, not the worst thing. I had to turn up in... I didn't turn up in my club tracksuit for the first game because I'd mislaid it, and you know me quite well, I'm a bit loose. So then the next game I didn't wear it. And then, because we won them 2 and we haven't, so then today I had to turn up in, like, what's it called, match day drip or whatever they call it, the young kids, right? So I turned up today in the pre-match in my own gear, and the lads were like hammering me. I'm saying, like, I'm superstitious, just leave me alone. So it looked like I was going to a nightclub. So, yeah, so that'll have to happen. Rich will have to stay up. And the other thing I really want to mention, one of our conditioners, Nath, is going back to Australia, so that was his last game today. So I asked the lads to play for him, and like just spoke to the lads after the game there. We've had a photo which we'll put up on our win wall. So it's really sad to see him go, but I think he can feel really like proud of what he's done at the football club and what the lads think of him, because their performance displayed their respect for him. So yeah, it's a perfect day, perfect result for a perfect day.
Enjoy the international break. Thanks, Paul.
Oh yes, well I am.